several decades. She is the ultimate person to promote harmony. In this brainstorming session, she and her panel participants will explore options for promoting peace and harmony. The title of her speech is Promoting Peace. Please welcome Sherri.
Everybody that is here today, I am so grateful to have so many people in the audience to help us with the panel discussion. And I'm privileged that I've had some great response from our fellow Toastmasters and guests to participate in the panel, as well as coordinate with our table topics master, so that people in the audience can come up and speak about peace. Now, we're not going to talk about all the problems of why we don't have peace. And we're going to keep it very focused on solutions for peace. Because I believe as Toastmasters, we have the capacity to create peace in the world. I know that sounds like a great big topic, but I believe we can do it. And I think today could be a great start, because we're going to make a YouTube, we're going to put it out there, and we're going to get people out there in the world to go, wow, those Hilo Toastmasters really have something. So let's welcome the panel. We are going to focus on peace. As you think of words and actions and things that embody peace, we are going to make notes up here and post them on the wall so that we can narrow them down. It's like creating a nice, big, juicy bowl of jelly and making it nice and thick and tasty. So let's welcome our reporters to come up here and get started. We're going to take some notes and think about things, about ways that we can promote peace, think about peace, and you can choose whatever colors you like. Here you go. The first question I wanted to propose to the panel is, if you could narrow down your thoughts about peace, what would the one thing be that you would encourage people to do?
I think that we should have more fresh organic foods to choose from, so we can create more peace and harmony in the world.
Great.
I think that we need to focus on finding peace in ourselves, making sure that we're harmonious with others, rather than trying to make others harmonious with us.
Great.
Basically, I was going to say pretty much that it's really, we can't, be worried about what others are choosing to do. We must first focus on ourselves. Mahatma Gandhi says, change begins with me. And so that's what I always focus on.
Very nice, very nice. Charlotte, you can speak on that topic or come up with something completely different and then call on one of the members of our audience.
That I can do. I'll just drop a little tidbit though. I truly believe, I think we would have more peace in the world if we had more patience with others and where they are in their own life and on their own journey. We're not all on the same level of journeys to have more peace that way. However, I do have a question. What are some possible ways to create peace in your own environment? And if I can I call upon a person from Florida? Because that's a different environment.
My name's Ann. You're Annie.
Come on up.
Come on up. You got 1 to 2 minutes. Give us it.
My environment consists of a string of islands like Hawaii, however, much smaller. And I work on the very last island, but
seawater everywhere, and it's very flat. To promote peace in my environment, I would continue to, we have this saying, say one human family. One human family meaning everybody loves each other. There's a lot of homosexuals, there's a lot of different types of people, and we're all one family. So I would continue on promoting that type of environment in Key West, Florida. My home is in Big Pine Key, which is 30 miles away from the sun from Key West. And in my home I have a lot of deer. So there too, I promote keep the deer alive, don't feed them, because there's many things in the environment that they can eat. And I would continue doing those things. Thank you.
As we look around the room, we see a lot of people that we know or we don't know, and everybody has their own special attribute. If you could think of one attribute, one virtue that you wish you had in yourself, that you're striving for, please tell us what it is.
Patience.
Self-awareness.
Need more mental clarity.
And I'm gonna ask another question. Get out of it that way. I'm going to ask who or what. So who or what is a good example of peace and why to you? Can I call on Hilo? Vicky.
This is such a touching word to me, harmony, because in my own life, and I think in world peace, there needs to be an acceptance of disharmony, and it's dynamic through time. I, unfortunately or fortunately, am not always harmonious just within this being. And yet, I accept the idea that you guys are really different from each other. That's part of the core that I have, even when I wonder on earth, what the heck should I do?
Thank you, Vicki. It's always a joy to have you in the room. Welcome back to our group. It has been said that watching too much television or playing too many video games or seeing too much violence creates that warlike, anti-peace disharmony that we experience in so much of our world. I believe that we can counteract that. But what if all the people that are watching TV and playing those video games enjoy it because they think peace is boring? If you could come up with a solution for that, we could change the world.
Well, they simply need to pace themselves and take a break from the video games and watching TV once in a while and go out and help produce better food for us to eat and more understanding about what's going on in the world and killing the animals and how that is destroying our pastures and our farmlands. That's a whole other speech.
I don't think that it's that big of a deal about playing video games and watching TV, because there are some games that don't say that peace is boring. Like there's games like Farmville, and there are plenty of other games that don't focus on destroying peace, and I enjoy those games from time to time, finding things that are just like basic and they're just like everyday things.
I think that it's starts with, if we're going to, I think it starts with teaching children from a young age about peace and finding peace within themselves, and so that when they do get approached with that, then hopefully that won't overtake them, and if they do get overtaken with it, that they return back to find their center again and become a peaceful person.
I'm going to say something on that one, though. As you know, I just came back from Japan, and I recognize the amount of respect from small to old, or young to old, what they have of their country. And I noticed that a lot of the kids had books in their hands, not games in their hands, and they were always learning and being educated on what's around them and how to participate in it and have a value on what's around them. So I think if we learned more about our country and really took it to heart and respected it, I think a lot more peace would spread. Okay, I have another question on that one. Mother Teresa was very known for peace and for what she shared, and so was Gandhi, and there's a lot of great people. In your own personal life, who is a living example of peace and why? And we're going to go, I think we'll go to Waimea. Gail.
I am quite glad you asked that question, because I would have answered the previous question something about Nelson Mandela, because I'm from Africa, and he is such a great example of peace, although he did turn to a military option when he felt peace was not achieving his goals. But that's not the person I'm going to talk about. I have had the good fortune in my life to be associated with a wise old woman who works in Waimea, and her name is Joyce Reed. And I feel, honestly, sometimes it's like, what would Joyce do with this question? And her answers have always been acceptance. Somebody mentioned acceptance. And she has been a college dean, has seen everything, and always looked to see what could be improved and what the explanation might be, instead of having that immediate knee-jerk reaction, well, you shouldn't be playing so many video games. In fact, she had a student who was addicted to video games, didn't come out of his room, and the college wanted to expel him. And she took his side and advocated with the university to see it as just as substance abuse is an addiction. He had a video game addiction, to allow him the same benefits, which actually allowed him to finish. He finished that semester and graduated. So that's the kind of person I feel models those qualities.
All right. We're going to wrap it up with one last round here. It has been said that because there are so many personality disorders on the planet, we can never attain peace. And that would explain a lot with the neurodiversity, because some people think completely differently than the way we think. If you were to speak on that, how would you solve that problem peacefully? Should we start at the other end just to make it more fun?
Yes.
She's shaking her head, so it's back to you. No.
Well, yeah, what was the question again?
There are so many different personality disorders.
Okay.
That it's impossible to attain peace, because only certain personalities can get along with each other. We refer to this as neurodiversity. I'm wondering if you have a solution for that.
More meditation.
More meditation.
More meditation.
Good idea.
Exercise. Yes.
And
Thank you, Sherri.
Well, with personality disorders and things such as that, if you've ever seen the children's show Winnie the Pooh, a lot of the characters seem to have sort of personality disorders in that show. It's true. And that's a peaceful show. There's peace going on in that show all the time. That show is full of people with different personalities getting together. So I don't think that everybody needs to cure themselves of their personality disorder to get together. It's just they need to figure out how to interact with somebody with a different personality type.
In a peaceful way. So watch Winnie the Pooh. Excellent.
Yeah, I think that different personalities make this world what it is. And when people have a personality disorder, we need to have empathy for them and realize that they just need a little bit more patience with them, and we need to just love them.
Alrighty. Personality disorders. I've had a lot of foster kids go through my home, and a lot of times they don't know they're a different personality. I don't think people really realize how they do come across to people. So I think we need to realize and be unconditional with them and less judgmental, and maybe change us to accommodate, to inhabit with them what they are going through. But I do have a question. Yes, I do have a question on that. With personalities, what kind of personality is it that we're really after? And what kind of personality are we really trying to get along with? I'm going to go way into Kona because we need to harmonize this whole island, right? So we've touched with Florida and Hilo and Waimea, so Kona. I'm going to go with Andrea. Here.
We're talking about different personality disorders and what we can do to get along with them all. I just want to make sure I understand the question. It comes from within, and that has been reflected so many times by our panel up here of having that calm center self and being able to have acceptance of maybe some things that would be considered unacceptable, but being able to listen to what solutions might be that are a little bit different than the first thing we might quickly come up with. That's how I would approach different personalities.
I would like to thank everybody that participated in the brainstorming session. At this time, we're going to narrow down all these ideas to the best 3. I'm not sure quite how we're going to do that, other than there's going to be a couple of emphasis. I know that patience came up twice, so we can underline that. We could just maybe summarize what each one of us thinks the 3 best are, then that would help us narrow it down quickly. So if you could just take a moment to look at this list and then talk about the 3 things that you think are the most important, and then we can make note of that. Sure. Thank you so much, Sharon. Let's give a Sharon. Patience came up twice, so I'm underlining both of those. What would you emphasize as the top 3? We started on this second page here.
Just trying to
So this was page 1, and then we went to page 2.
Well, I think fresh organic food.
Of course. Okay.
No doubt about
want to just leave us with just that, and we'll just move forward, and then we can come back with the time and take your second one?
I thought that the diverse personalities call for love and empathy was a really good one, along with finding peace within yourself.
Yeah.
It's second one from the bottom on the
It's the
top.
second one from the bottom on the top sheet.
The blue.
Oh, love and empathy, okay, excellent.
It's the whole big thing.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
I think the self, was it the, which one that did you say, the self-awareness, or no, not the self-awareness, but the.
There's self-awareness here.
Yeah,
You want me to underline that?
sure, self-awareness.
Okay.
I like the Winnie the Pooh. We're all in. this
And you know, that
matching
really
together.
resonated with me too.
I just,
It's on top.
Yes, Winnie the Pooh. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go around one more time, and then if you want to go to the first one you picked and emphasize it again, or pick something different, we're just gonna try to narrow it down to the top three.
Oh, add more to it?
You can, or we can underline it again.
No, let's have more meditation and yoga.
More meditation and yoga, okay.
That's all.
Yes.
Find peace within yourself.
Yes.
Okay, within. Well, you know, these can go together. We need to do that. This is the best part. We're making this up as we go along.
Yeah, so I agree with the peace within and with the.
Okay. Good, good, good. This, we're getting there.
I think if we start at teaching at a young age, I truly believe we'll eliminate a lot of these other things that it's just raised in.
Teaching children from an
Next
early age.
generation.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay, we're gonna do one more quick round.
Kidding me.
We're narrowing it down to
Find
three.
peace within yourself can go with this.
Okay,
Here, I think
within
that
yourself,
all relates
okay.
together.
Yep,
I'll go with the same one that she just did.
okie dokie.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that.
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
One more from John.
Okay, oh boy.
Change begins with me. I'll be a Gandhi.
Okay, okay. Good, well, guess what? We decided that we're gonna have more than just three. So we're gonna put all these up there. We're gonna encourage the rest of the world to explore these options of learning to meditate more, eat better food, realize the change does begin with you, and start teaching those children in an early age. Let's give our panel. So appreciated. Thank you. We'll see you again next time.
Okay, how about one more big